Hi, Scott from Wessex Blades. Thanks for joining me again. What I'm trying to do is use the 20 years I've got in manufacturing engineering and education in order to pass on my knowledge to help people. There was a story I've noticed on YouTube where people in Iran are drinking methanol. Okay, it's one of these cases where they'll read an instruction and they'll read a direction on a product and they'll think that it applies to something they've got a problem for. So they would have read that this alcohol may kill bacteria and viruses or whatever. And in their mind's eye, okay, they thought it would be a good idea in order to put it in themselves. So this is a video about trying to be very wary of what these things are for, as opposed to what you think you can use them for. The other thing I want to throw out there is this. At the moment, the way people are buying bleaches, possibly alcohols of some description, this is acetone, this is more like nail varnish remover. In every house in the country at the moment, there's probably 3 or 4 times as much of this hanging around in people's houses. Your cupboards may be full up and you may be putting them somewhere different. The kids, you've got to put these things absolutely out of the way, and when they're obviously at an age where they understand what it is to keep their hands right off of this stuff, okay? If you're under 12 or 13 or whatever and you're watching this, don't think you're going to do yourself a favor by using this on your skin or drinking it in any way, shape or form. Don't do it. Alright? Adults, keep it out of the way of the kids, and use it for what it's supposed to be used for. Surface cleaning. Okay? This is not something that we want to be doing where someone gets the wrong end of the stick by it kills bacteria and then ending up chugging it down. The thing about disinfecting water with bleach is very, very dilute. It's drops, it's teaspoons in buckets, in bottles. It's very, very dilute, and you're supposed to leave it for like half an hour for it to disperse all amongst the water and gradually kill everything. The reason alcohol can kill bacteria and viruses is because the alcohol disrupts proteins. On the coronavirus, the little sticky bits that stick up the crown, as it were, those tendril things on the end, when they're locking onto things, those are made of protein. That's what alcohol messes up, and it ends up disinfecting when it's in the right concentrations. There may be some confusion when you see something like, in America, you use something that's called rubbing alcohol, and you use it for cleaning off woods and things like that. 91% rubbing alcohol, okay? Well, if all those are sold out and they've got 70% rubbing alcohol, you can still use it. It's just got more water in it. And there is actually the consensus of ideas that the fact that it's got water in actually makes it slightly better at messing up the proteins anyway. So don't turn a blind eye to if you're in Costco or you're in Walmart and all the 91% rubbing alcohol's gone and the 70% is still there, and you don't think you want it because you don't think it's strong enough because it's only 70%, not 91. Don't worry. It could well still be more than useful for wiping surfaces down than not having it. Okay. So the alcohol, your body doesn't really want to use it. You'll end up going into your system if you drink it, okay? And what does the body try and do? Well, it goes down your esophagus, into your stomach, and then into your system, in order that the liver grabs all this and go, that ain't no use for me. So it uses this hydrogenase enzyme to try and cut it down into something that's useful later on, okay? And then trying to get it out the system, pick up some water from the kidneys away and get it out, because it ain't much use. So when you break down things like that, even then what they've broken down ain't much use. Okay, rubbing alcohol, if I remember, by the time it's been worked on by the enzyme actually ends up as more like acetone. That ain't no use either. It's no good in your body. You need to be using it to wipe surfaces down with. So there's other things as well that ends up as vinegar, a very light vinegar, and then you end up acidifying the blood. It's just all bad news. It really is. It's bad news all over. So the things on there where it says, you know, this is bleach, and somebody sees that, the best way to use that is to wipe down surfaces. Not taking it, not ingesting it, not putting it in your body. It's just not going to work. So keep them out of the way of the young ones. Use them as directed. Don't think in your mind, oh, it says it's going to kill it. It's not really going to be much use in your body trying to kill it if you think you've been infected. It really isn't. I heard that thing this morning, some people in Iran are drinking methanol, thinking it's going to disinfect them inside. When your body systems just go down your esophagus, as soon as it's into your esophagus and into your stomach, you've already bypassed, because your glottis is closed door. It ain't getting in your lungs anymore, is it? And the only way it's going to get it is if it goes from your liver into your bloodstream, and by then it's all getting diluted down before the only contact it gets with your lungs is in the membranes on the alveoli when you're trying to do the passage of the oxygen across one way and another, and it ain't going to work. All right, these things are for wiping surfaces down. So if anybody I managed to save from this, dear Lord, wiping surfaces down only, lock these up, keep them out of the way of the kids. And if anybody, if some child is watching this, you ain't putting this in yourself, okay? Rubbing alcohol, acetone, meths, alcohol of any description, like, there's not going to be any use disinfecting you on the inside. It's for wiping surfaces down and killing the bugs on surfaces. Scott Wessex Blades out. Stay safe out there.